All right, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. For all of you who do not know, shout out to you guys for being here. Shout out to you guys for watching the playback. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This lighting is weird, I feel like. But so this is gonna be a good one tonight. Let me hi, Miss Vicky. Can you hit the big light for me?
It's about time you're back on. Just saying.
You done?
No? You want me to keep going?
No. Yeah, so are you on?
Not yet. I'm getting on now.
All right, Miss Vicky is on. Amelia is on Purpose Behind the Pen. Oh, I wanted to make an announcement. Hi, Megan. My good sis is here. Hi, Ashtino. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Okay, so let me tell you something. I know this is going to be a good live because right before the live, I was getting fought. Okay, I was battling. Hi, Franny. I was battling. I was just, very irritated before I got on here. If I'm just being completely honest. I know what we're missing. We're missing a big light.
Yes, we are.
Because, can you see me?
Yeah, this is still
Let me
pretty
see.
good.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so I knew this was going to be a good live because I was extremely irritated. And again, the devil don't care who he used to get to you. He going to use them. He will use your kids because that's what just happened to me. And I'm going to respond to that in a minute. But, yeah, the devil don't care who he used to bother you and get you all razzled up and upset. So we have a few topics we're going to touch on tonight. But I
think this is going to be one of the better ones we've ever done.
You think so?
Yep.
One of the best lives we've ever done?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying like a better live than we've ever done?
One of them. Because it's
been so long.
It's not only that it's been so long, but it's a topic that we've never touched on. There's actually going to be a few topics.
There's going to be a few. So neither one of us have discussed what this live was going to be about and what we're going to talk about. So it is like when we come off the dome, we come off the top of the head, it works better. So my girls is liking my hair.
You know how long? Listen, before it got this length of this hair, she'd be loaded with weave, and would tell me constantly,
I love
when
weave.
my hair gets this long.
I used to be like, when it gets like
to my shoulders, I'm never gonna wear weave again. Then it got to her shoulders. When it gets past my shoulders, I'm never gonna wear weave again. It would get past her shoulders. When it gets down to my feet, I'm never gonna wear weave again. I'm so tired of hearing that. Now it's super long and you just don't give it the credit it deserves.
But wait.
There is no but wait. That's why you're looking around. There is no reason. There's no excuse.
Okay. But, okay, I love a good weave. There's nothing wrong with that. You can switch it up from time to time. Okay. He is right, though. Like, 9 years ago, this is completely off topic, but 9 years ago, I had chopped my hair and I dyed it blonde.
She did it to make me mad.
He was making me mad. So I'm like, okay. My best friend, she went to cosmetology school. So I'm like, okay, cut it all off and dye it blonde. And I sure did. And
now, do y'all think, knowing who I'm married to, do y'all think that I went and I got married to a blonde girl?
No.
No.
If you wanted a blonde,
you could have. I wanted a blonde,
you could have got a real authentic blonde.
Real easy.
Could have got an authentic blonde. Yeah, he was so mad at me. But he be roasting me, but whatever. It is what it is. So let me tell y'all the reason why we're on live tonight. So I would really like for you to pull it up. There was a video earlier, and I'm actually gonna play the video for you guys so you can see. Y'all know I don't have my glasses on. So love your hair. I am still going to get mine super long, but I haven't worn weave in 2 years. I know that's right. Oh, I love me some blonde. LOL, that platinum. Oh, I could go that bright, sis. Okay, he's pulling this video up. Amelia, keep growing your hair out. Franny be like, oh, it's time to wear it curly. I be like, girl, I don't have no time for all, like, that was just too much. It was very high maintenance. I know. Can you turn that down a
It's
little bit?
I'm
A couple months later,
Okay.
not even a month later, I'm
Look,
getting
look at
served with
this.
papers for back child support because I never went in and modified my child support from 16,000, and I had been giving her money the whole time. I would just give her cash. I would send it to her account, but I wasn't paying it through the state. Like whenever, so they basically went in and said, "All right, well, you didn't pay the state of Illinois, so basically you didn't give her nothing." And I'm telling the judge, like, look, I got documents. These are receipts from cashier's checks. This is over $1 million I've given this girl. They're like, no, that was a gift. If you didn't give it to the state of Illinois, that was a gift. I'm like, are you serious? Wow. Yeah, bro. So they hit me with a crazy. This just happened. They hit me with a crazy tab. You know what I'm saying? And now she's going after my pension. She's trying to go after my pension. And I'm like, that's.
Okay.
But it is what it is. You know, like I feel like
Okay.
you know.
So I saw that video today, earlier, and it's the ex. Is he in it?
He's an
NBA
ex-NBA player.
NBA, an ex basketball player, and apparently he was, giving his baby mother money for their kid, and it equals to over the span, over $1 million. Do you know this girl went to court and said he never paid nothing, and now he has to pay $1 million in back child support, even though this woman was receiving child support and money
He
that
was
whole
doing
time.
the right thing.
He was doing right by the child. Like a lot of women, they get to the point where they feel like you need to do right by them, and it's like if you want a man to do right by you, then you need to make him marry you before you have a kid. Period. Or while you pregnant.
I
Period.
think we're getting too far here. Yeah. Like, I think you need to go all the way back before any of this is even going on.
But that really, it bothered me. It bothers me because it's a system put in place where men are screwed no matter what.
Again,
And the courts don't care about.
you're jumping way too far ahead.
But these are just my thoughts right quick.
But if you but
Okay, you start.
if you even
Mr. Speak His Voice too.
but the
That's what they be
the
calling
problem
it.
is nobody is women or men aren't taking the time out to think this far down the road in their relationship, whether it be your relationship is one night
Right.
or 5 years.
Right.
If you're going home with this girl for the one night
Mm-hmm.
and you just so happen to get this girl pregnant, I can promise you this is going to be you.
Yeah.
So nobody's taking the time out to slam the brakes and start telling people, hey, you're going to end up in court. Forget how men are, because men aren't getting screwed. Men are screwing themselves. And there's no older generation of men around them to say, hey, if you do this, there are consequences behind it. There is always going to be a bill that needs to be paid.
Right.
Behind all your actions.
Can I pause you right there? Because on in the description for this live, I was talking about how the smallest decision that we make right now can literally alter your life in the absolute worst way. And we have to be more cautious of the decisions that we make. It's like, again, a lot of older people, in church or whatever, or your parents or whoever, adult is in your life, they'll be like, oh, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it's like, okay, it's just like a child. You tell a child don't touch the fire. They're going to be like, oh, well, why not? And touch it. And then you get burned. And it's like people don't really break down the bad decisions and what it could really do to you. You know what I'm saying? It's people strung out on drugs right now from one bad decision. One little piece of bud or something like that. And it was laced. And now they tweaking out, walking down the streets and begging for money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one, pill away. Oh, it's just a pill. I'll just pop this pill real quick. It's just an Adderall, or it's just a this or that. And not realizing now you have a real big, huge addiction problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the smallest decisions that people make. And with this decision, oh, it's just some sex. And it's like, it's not just some sex. You're not just, getting your rocks off. You're actually really hurting yourself for years to come. Years. And the child support thing, it really buries men. And
Lord,
men
does
hurt.
it.
Men hurt in a completely different type of way because of this child support stuff. Not realizing that God's way, when he told us to get married first, it wasn't to, hurt us or to punish us or to, only punish us to one woman. Like, no, it was to save you.
And there's
You know what I
so
mean?
many, not just child support, but there's so many other downfalls behind not being under the same roof as your child.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things that you want to instill in your child, you are
can't do
not
that.
able to.
Right.
The lessons you've learned, the pain you've went through, you're not able to tell your child these painful moments so they can avoid them.
Right.
They just have to go through the painful moment again and go through the same thing you went through.
And that's where we get these generational curses. And it's like, at some point, we have to start being generational curse breakers. Because I've seen way too many men in my life deal with this, and it breaks a man. And women know that. Women know, oh, okay, well, you want to leave me? Oh, now I'm bitter? Okay, now I'm taking you for child support. It's not because you really need the money sometimes. A lot of times, 90% of the time, I'm going to say 90% of the time, it's to break that man down mentally. You know what I mean? And women have used it as a weapon.
And don't think that the
And
government
I don't like that.
is the government's right in bed with them all. The government is making money. See, the way this works is the money gets taken from the man.
It's a business.
Yes.
All of it is a business.
And nobody takes the time out to think about this. So I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have the right sum of money, you can put money in a bank and then move it to the next bank, another bank one day, and then keep moving it to each bank. Whoever's going to give you the best interest rate within that 24 hours, they'll allow you to deposit that money in their bank and then continue to move this around. And you keep moving it
It's
around.
a business move.
Yes,
a
letting your
business
money
play.
gain interest off of these other banks. So they'll
Yes.
they'll take your money in and then give it right back to you because they made money off of it. And you've made a little money off of it. So if you have the right amount of money, you can keep making money, just moving your money around to different banks. So the money goes on payday, the money gets taken from the man, put in a New York State bank account,
Or whatever state you in.
or whatever state you're in. They draw interest off that money for 24 hours and then give it to the woman. So of course the state is going to want no, you have to go through us.
Yep.
Because they need their cut. So do you think for one sec, if they're taxing you, they don't care about us. All it is now is a machine, and you're just feeding the machine constantly. So when you're prepared to jump into bed, just be prepared to jump into a courtroom. Be prepared to sit in that very uncomfortable seat
That's
and
the
have
one.
the judge. And it does
That's
not
the one.
matter if you've done anything for that child.
And they get in there and be lying.
Yeah, no, not just that. You're gonna sit in that chair, and the judge is you're gonna go, Judge, I did this, and Judge, I did that, and the judge is gonna look at you and go, and you're that child's father.
You're
you
supposed to
should have
do it.
did that.
Yep.
And then guess what? You're gonna be on the hook for all the time that you didn't pay, even
Yep.
though you were paying and doing the right thing.
Yep. And now, and now these women get into a point where you doing all of this, and they be like, oh, I'm never gonna take you for child support. Uh-oh. The baby woke y'all. Y'all want to see the baby? Y'all want to see the baby? This little girl drives me up a wall. But he's about to bring the baby in here. Did you get her little hat? Grab her little hat. Look, there, she is a piece of work, y'all. But anyways, so yeah, they get to a point where women are like, oh, I'm never going to take you for child support. Now they get into the last little bit, to that, when they 13, 14 years old, and then they want to take them to court. And then they talk about, oh, they never did nothing. Like, it's so, it's disgraceful. Yeah. Let me see. Amelia says, my parents will always tell my siblings and me about the consequences of doing drugs, being promiscuous, and more. And it's like, again, like, we have to be generational curse breakers. Generational. Let me see.
Look at you.
Look at my little baby.
Look at you.
This my poo, y'all.
Right.
Give me her. Oh,
Oh, hey, Puddin'.
oh, my girl said she got something to say. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, guys. Say hello. But yeah, so next topic. What else did you want to talk about? We have so much to talk about. We didn't talk about what's his name?
Ooh.
What's that pastor that want to grow weed?
Oh.
What's his name?
Lord, I don't even know.
What is his
I have to
name?
look it up. Hold on.
Say hi. I got my slippers on. Say hi. You see yourself? Listen, I can't do nothing without her. She be like, you gonna come pick me up. Jamal Bryant. That's it. Jamal
Yeah,
Bryant.
in Georgia.
Okay, so let's talk about this. You put something up on him.
Yeah, it just says how he's facing criticism. You want me to take her?
So not too long ago, I can keep her. So not too long ago, Jamal Bryant, the pastor of New Life Church or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
He goes and decides, yeah, take her.
Yeah.
He goes and decides that it's a good idea to start growing weed. He said they own the most acreage of any church or something like that, and he decided to start employing these young men. Now I'm gonna let y'all put y'all comments down in the chat, and what's your opinion on this? But it's like, sir, just because it's money to be made and just because you can't pull men, young men off the streets, how about finding something else to do? You know what I mean? Like, how about opening a store,
That's
employing
like
them that way? Open a warehouse.
That's like,
Like-
going, you know what? We got all this space. Let's start brewing whiskey.
Yeah. And then, it's wrong. And you're a pastor. It's like,
Knowing that people in your congregation come there to get healed from those type of things. And you're going to go, you know what?
let's grow it.
Let's capitalize on this.
Exactly.
Everyone else is. Let's grow some holy weed.
Exactly. It's like, at what point do we stop allowing this? Like, where is all of the other pastors to rebuke this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the rebuke? Where's the righteous judgment? I was reading about that the other day. Righteous judgment. That's what the Bible calls it. Where you judge righteously and you say, actually, that's not a really smart nor good idea. You know what I mean?
Because
So-
everybody's worried about the bottom line. Everybody's worried. Now, the only thing that
bottom line.
matters is profit.
Money.
That's it. And nobody's going to say anything unless you have a better way to make money.
Right. Miss Vicky said he didn't say green beans or corn,
Right.
but cannabis. And to be completely honest with you, to grow corn as a crop is one of the most profitable businesses you could ever put yourself in, especially with all the acreage he's talking about. Growing corn can make you millions of dollars every year.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
What?
So there is a group of NFL and NBA players that are, I think there's 50 of them. There might be 25 or 50. And they're pooling their money together to buy land that they're buying to rent to farmers and charge them a small percentage to grow crops on their land.
Wow.
Or food.
Yes. Produce.
That's how much money is in it. You have NFL and NBA players that see the growing need. They're actually pooling their money together. They call it something. I can't remember what it's called, but they're pooling their money together to grow
Produce.
vegetables.
Like again, where is this mentality and who is the people around him to say, yeah, that's a great idea? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about that is a good idea?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In
Like,
the
to grow
church.
weed in the church, though. Like, what about the produce? And then, the Bible talks repeatedly about famine and times where, it's going to be harder to get food and all of these things. Why not grow produce? And why not use that money or, build some houses for the struggling young single mothers or something and put houses on that land for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let them finance it at a very low rate. You know, be
Yeah.
a blessing. That way they can pass something down to their children. Like, people who have the money for real, they're not making very smart decisions. And again, Jamal Bryant is going to get dealt with. He's going to get dealt with by the big God. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have that type of publicity on foolishness without a public punishment. And it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. And that's the saddest part.
Yeah.
And people put their children in danger. Y'all not scared of God for real. And again, like what you say. What do you say?
I don't know what. I say a lot of things.
People get up on the pulpit and they don't believe what they talking about.
they don't believe it.
They don't believe what they talking about. They don't believe the Bible. They don't believe God is real. They're just talking to get money.
Yep.
You know, so
I guarantee you that if you hooked more than half of these pastors up, 90% of them,
Got records.
and said, "Do you believe what you're preaching?" They would all fail.
yeah. Not how well you know the Bible, not none of that, but do you believe it?
Right. Do you really believe?
Because they don't.
No.
But
Because if they did, they'd be too afraid to do half the things they do.
I was 100% flabbergasted at that. I'm just like, where is the open rebuke?
Right.
Where is the rebuke? Where is the people saying, "Sir, have you lost your mind? Like,
Right.
are you, I don't want to say slow, but like, are you crazy? Like, are you out of your mind?"
I'll say it. Are you stupid?
Thank you. Because that's what I want to say. I have some choice words, but it's like, sir, come on.
But then you have the younger generation. This goes right back
Oh,
to the
Miss
child
Vicky
support
said
thing.
New Birth. I used to belong to that church some years ago. And God got you right up out of there some years ago, didn't he?
This goes right back to the child support thing. If there's these younger men are watching the older generation, and this is what they're doing. So imagine what they're going to come up and do.
In the church. In the name of God. Like, how could you?
In the name of Jesus, I want you to smoke this weed I'm growing.
Yeah, mentally. Like, who you going to grow it to?
Like,
Or who you going to sell it to once it's grown?
at some point they're going to start going, okay, well, if it's okay to do weed, then it should be okay to do liquor. If it's okay to do liquor, we should be able to do beer because liquor is a lot harder than beer. There's a way to normalize everything. It just takes the right person to say it, nobody else to comment about it, and then it slowly deteriorates. Mm-hmm. We're in the middle of everything deteriorating around us.
Absolutely. The morals of everything are deteriorating.
You're watching the morals.
Everything is acceptable.
So I want everybody to just think real quick, just for a second. And I never even said this to you. Everybody's sitting there talking about illegal crime and illegal crime families and organized crime. The government is the biggest
Organized
crime. Whatever they see making money, they deem it illegal, and then they do it themselves.
Yes. They throw people in jail who do it.
They throw everyone in jail who does it, and then they start doing it. Mm-hmm. The numbers is now the lottery. Mm-hmm. Sports gambling is now on everybody's cell phone.
Yes, it is.
The United States are the biggest pushers of drugs on the planet.
Yeah.
They will sell you every kind of drug. You want heroin? We'll give it a different name. We'll give it to you in a pill.
Yep.
You want cocaine? We'll call it Adderall, and we'll give it to you in a pill. So
Oh my gosh.
With all that being said,
Speed.
with the church is closely now weaved into the government as can be, why do you not think it's going to start trickling down? If the people in the positions of power are doing it within our own government, and the church leaders are embedded with those people, it's only a matter of time before they all start doing it too, and thinking it's all okay. And they'll do it all in the name of Jesus. That older generation that drew a line and said, we are not doing this, you are to sit down in church, keep your mouth shut, blah, blah, blah. Those people are dying off, so they're gone. So there's nobody to stop you.
Yep. Nobody rebuke you. Nobody tell you you're wrong.
Nobody. And then, now look what's going on. Now you, and every last one of you that are here listening, you're the problem now.
Yeah, we are.
You're the issue. Something's wrong with you.
Because we
You're
don't
the-
conform to it.
Exactly. You're the racist. Well, how can I be racist? I'm black. Well, you hate trans people. You're a racist. Wait, what? You're
You're a
an
bigot.
anti-Semite.
Yep.
Like, what? Like, listen.
Oh, we haven't talked about Kanye
Listen,
either.
don't. I'm not gonna give Kanye everything that he's saying is the best thing that's ever been said, but there is a lot of
Truth to what he's saying.
in what is being said, and then the same people that don't want that truth out are real quick. What did Dave Chappelle say? Kanye got in so much trouble that Kyrie got in trouble.
Yeah. And he didn't lie.
Like, listen, how is this all? If everything he's saying is the truth, then how is it wrong? It's because they don't want it being called out. Because when it's called out and it's brought to the attention, then it becomes real, and then people's eyes start getting open.
Yep. And then it's anybody who opens the eyes of the masses is a threat.
Yep.
And again, I don't agree with Kanye West. I don't agree with some of the things that he does. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he does. But the one thing that he did say that was true was, you know, he is a Jew. And a lot of people, that just went over a lot of people's heads because, again, we don't know who we are. And, you know, he actually was talking about that. And then somehow he's anti-Semitic. And I can't really remember everything that was going on. But at the end of the day, we need to wake up, because I saw a lot of slander from black people when Kanye West was talking about black people being Jews. And I saw a lot of slander from black people, like, oh, he need to be in an insane asylum, lock him up, you know, throw away the key. And it's like, there was some truth there.
And then look what the
And
Jews
people
did.
don't want to know the truth.
The people in the people in the lawyers and the people in the media, and they were real quick to all band together.
Yep.
While all the black people were all tearing Kanye
Tearing
down.
him down, and we didn't stick
Didn't
up for
do
that
the
one
same
fact.
thing that the other ones
Right.
did.
And that's the thing. Like, there is no unity with black people. There is none.
No. Not even
And when you
within
have
families.
not even in families, it's terrible. And you see it firsthand with my family.
I do.
Do you not?
Yeah.
It's like crazy. Like, you try to go forth and do something that has never been done before, and your family will literally not support you, not because they don't want to, they don't know how, because they've never seen it done before. But again, just out of love for your loved one, you would think you'd be like, okay, you would clap for that person, but it's not like that.
But, you know, I can't even say that's it, because look at, like, from my family. They know that, let's say you're starting a business, they'll show up.
Yeah,
They'll spend money.
yeah.
Well, your family will go, oh, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. You need to be going and getting a real job.
Yep.
Go work for somebody else. Build their dream.
Yeah.
Like they won't even pay you with words of encouragement.
Yeah, exactly.
But let alone
Won't even
show
do
up
that.
and pay you for your service.
Okay, what messages we got? Should I just wait?
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, the whole Kanye thing was crazy. I hate that I missed that. Did y'all see that California is flooding right now?
Yeah.
California, it said 90% of California is evacuated because of flooding. So like, God is still speaking, and believe it or not, I've been going through so much. I have been dealing with so many things internally, and God has still been speaking to me. The other night I couldn't sleep, and I was just up reading the Bible, and I read Psalm 35 through like 38, and you know, God really spoke. So if you get a chance and an opportunity to read, she has gas.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance to read Psalm 35 through 30, 37, 38, whatever, please go read it. If you need an encouraging word, please go read those. It really touched me. It really blessed me, and I needed that. Again, like, I have been struggling with some things, girl. Let me tell you something. My kids, you know, been taking me there. Okay? Been really taking me there. And I've just been having to deal with some things. So what
But it's
it's
hard,
a lot going on
it's
in this
hard
chat.
for you to fill up other people's cups if your pitcher isn't full.
Yeah. That's
You
what I
know,
say a lot. I say that.
It's very hard watching what she goes through, and I have to go through in turn to get here. Like, we could easily show up on YouTube and we could just do dumb stuff and, you know, create content that's, you know,
Yeah, showing our whole family. When I tell you we would have thousands and thousands of views if we were just going around recording our everyday life,
because
and
for some reason
they see
everybody
you and they
loves,
see our kids.
everybody loves the white guy with the black girl.
Why?
You notice that?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's maybe it's because that's not the combination you see that often.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really see that too much.
You usually see what, a white guy, a white
Oh,
woman
yeah.
and a black guy.
Yeah, and I won't get into what looks like or anything.
Please don't.
But it's
Please
funny.
don't.
But anyway, so we could do that so easy.
Yeah, and we would get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, but it's like that's not what I'm supposed to be doing on YouTube, and I know it's not.
So there's battles that go on that you guys don't see.
I
and
battle
things that
so
happen.
hard.
Okay, all right, I'll get up with
See,
you.
battling. Look.
And there's things that you guys don't see that happens that are real, not good things. They're bad. It's hard stuff. Just to show up here and be able to do this, and she goes through all these things to get back here and get to you guys a lot.
And
a
it'd
lot
be
of
so
times-
hard. I'd be so discouraged. I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is, I don't know.
And then I have to talk her back off the ledge.
Yep.
You know, and go, all right, well, you know, I know this stuff is going on, but you got to, you know, you
gotta
got to
get back on
through,
there.
and you got to get to it because this is what guys, she's at her best when she's here. When she's here, she is optimal. Like, she is operating at top performance. And when this is gone, there's a hole. And she goes searching to fill that hole, but it never gets full.
It's true.
Like, she'll try all sorts of different... I know when the holes are trying to be filled, when all of a sudden there's new food getting cooked in the house, and, you know, hey, husband, I want to try this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I always know when it's happening.
Yep. So God doesn't allow me to fill that hole. And I do be trying to fill that hole. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I really do. But, you know, it's this thing called purpose, right? And no matter what you do, it's not going to work if it's not your purpose. Your purpose is something that you have to know. It's something that you have to work on. It's something that you have to fight for. And I fight for it daily. Yeah. But on a good note, I will say this. In these last, 4 months we've been gone? Yeah. We've been off YouTube. I have been extremely blessed.
Yeah.
I have been extremely blessed. If I could think back as far as my birthday, right? I wanted to get on YouTube for my birthday, but I didn't. I was still healing from just having a baby. And, you know, I wasn't expecting anything. And Megan, shout out to you, sis. You sent me some things in the mail for my birthday, and it touched me. And then on my birthday, I received, it was a few people that showed up here with gifts, correct? Yep. And I'm trying to think of what the stuff was. One person, it was our neighbor.
Yep.
Our neighbor brought a gift over, brought the baby some stuff. They didn't even know it was my birthday, and I felt so blessed. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And then another person showed up with bags full of things, and I just was crying, right? So then to keep going, I wasn't expecting anything, but God has, you know, been blessing me in this off season. And then right before Christmas, we get a knock on the door. And again, I'm in there doing my hair or something.
This is crazy.
I was doing my hair. My husband goes to the door, And all of a sudden, he comes in with some bags. And he's like, wife, you're not going to believe this. You know, come out here. We got some stuff. Such and such brought some things over here. And it was gifts for our kids. And then there was a card for he and I, right? And so he opens the card, and how much cash was in there?
400.
It was $400 in cash, and it was $125 in
Gift cards.
And it wasn't about the money. All I could do was cry, right? Because it wasn't about the money. It was just the fact that it's like, God, he showed up and was like, listen, even when you think I'm sleeping on you, I'm not sleeping on you.
Yeah.
Even when you not at your best, I'm still who I say I am. So that's just I'm trying not to cry. So that's just the encouragement for y'all. When you're not feeling like you're at your best, or you're not feeling like you're 100% where you want to be in life, spiritually, whatever, God will always show up when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you know you're denying yourself. And even if you fall or slip or whatever, you know, you're never going to be 100% faithful or 100% on point or 100% in your word every day. You're never going to be 100% that, because everyday life happens. But when you get to that point where you're, you know, struggling, God is still faithful. God is still 100% him. He is still 100% going to be true to his word. And when you least expect it, it'll happen for you.
Yeah, because I never expect anything.
I don't exactly. I don't expect anything. So when God shows up, he shows up.
And there was zero reason for that stuff to show up.
No reason.
None.
No reason.
Like, we were fine. Everything was okay.
Everything was
Nothing
good.
was like.
And it just touched me. It touched me. It was just like, yes, thank you, God. Like, I needed that. He'll send something to you to remind you of who you are, and remind you where you're going, and remind you that he loves you at the end of the day, to remind you that he is your provider, to remind you that he is faithful, that he is God all by himself. He will remind you of those things, and I really needed that. And if I could count on one hand all the times that God has showed up over these last few months, I just can't do it, because he has
one?
What?
Christmas morning.
What about it?
Being able to sit there and watch our kids with the most excitement they've ever seen it in their faces.
Yes.
And never miss a beat.
Nope.
Didn't
miss
nothing.
a beat. Nope.
Never worried about Christmas money. Never worried about any of that.
Nope. Never
That
worried
to
about
me was
it.
the
Nope.
biggest.
Yep.
Christmas morning.
You know, at a time, and it was a time
where
in the earth where a lot of people, not even just us, where a lot of people get depressed around Christmas time, because they feel like they have to have all of this money. They feel like they have to have all this money to spend on gifts and all of these things. And it's like, we have perfect peace.
Yep.
That's what you're trying to say. We have
Yep.
perfect peace. But I want to share with you guys the fact that there was a time where, I want to try not to cry. There was a time where Christmas was a real struggle for us.
What?
It was a struggle, and we had to go buy gifts
Yep.
at the Dollar Tree.
True.
At the Dollar Tree.
True.
And it was so depressing.
Yep. I didn't even want to wake up.
And you know, we had...
I didn't.
I know you did. And,
Gonna sit here and lie?
no, I know you didn't. And we had to wrap in newspaper.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Because we
Yeah,
couldn't
what?
afford, because we couldn't afford wrapping paper. But perfect peace. Perfect peace. And every year it keeps getting better. Perfect peace.
And now, now on Christmas morning, I'm so much more grateful than I ever was before that. Going
Yes.
through that made me realize those moments and how special they really, really are.
They really were.
When you're able to give your child exactly what it is they want and never have to worry about it, it makes it that much more better. And it's not about the gifts.
No.
It's not. It's about the excitement in their face.
Mm-hmm.
And as the adult, that's the payment for all of it.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm getting in just as much as I gave back.
Absolutely. And yeah, this Christmas was special. It was special.
It was.
We had perfect peace. You know, we come a long way.
And mind you, this Christmas, we were all snowed in our home.
Yes, we were.
Like, you couldn't even. I'm 6 foot tall. There was literally a snowdrift in front of our door that was taller than I was.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go
It was
out
crazy.
the sliding glass door, dig a trench to the front door, then start digging out the door just to open it.
Yep. Listen, so we have like this. We have a Florida room, and we have a sliding glass door that we let our dog out of. Do you know that we couldn't see? Like, the whole door was covered in snow. We couldn't even open it. The dog looked at that and he said, "Oh, I don't want to go out no more." He turned around and walked away.
The dog didn't go out for 2 days. Not
Yep.
because we didn't let him out, because the dog was just like, nope.
Yeah, no,
I
that
ain't
snow
doing
was
this.
crazy. So the snowstorm in Buffalo was crazy. We didn't get as much snow as the inner city.
We live about
45
50 minutes
yeah,
away.
45, 50 minutes. And you can tell the difference. So if we saying we got 6 foot of snow, in the city they had about, I don't know, 7 feet.
No, they had way more than that.
It was so
Way more
crazy.
than that.
It was so crazy.
There
And
was people that literally lost their cars.
lost their cars. I
Under
told
snow.
Franny this. In the last snowstorm, you remember that?
Yep.
We was out there playing in the
We-
snow.
we
Our
were-
grown butts.
We were walking around on the snow, not realizing we were walking
On top of
on
cars.
people's cars.
Yes, because you couldn't see them. It was crazy. And again, even that was a blessing. That snowstorm was a blessing. And I was praying a lot throughout that snowstorm. And people were dying left and right. People were dropping dead. There was a young girl. She was a nurse. And this young girl, she was in the car. She had just came up from North Carolina. And she was here working as a nurse. She got stuck in her car in traffic. Do you know she got snowed in? She had her car running. And she died from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yep.
And it's because her whole car just got covered. And
Once your tailpipe
the
gets
tailpipe
covered,
got covered.
there was a house around the corner from us
Yep.
that their vent got covered to their furnace, and they actually died of carbon
Monoxide poisoning. Yep, her son died. The only reason she survived was because her bedroom door was closed.
The door was
And
closed.
she woke up and her son was dead, and that's around the corner from us. And you know, like, it was just like a lot of death. And I thanked God the whole time, and I had my kids praying. We was praying in this house.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's time to pray. You know, it was way too much death, and people were going without lights. People were going without food.
Heat.
People were going without heat. People were just going without, and we were in perfect peace. We had
food,
everything,
we
food,
had
water,
everything.
all of it. And a
We
lot
never
of people
lost
didn't.
power.
Nope.
Not once.
Nope, not a hiccup. And it just, like, when you pray, you better really be for real about your prayers. Because I pray every day. God, please protect my family, protect our home, protect our house, protect our car, protect this, protect that. Oh, Lord. Talk about our car.
Oh.
No, we're not going to talk about our car. But, you know, when you have to be intentional about your prayers.
Yep.
That's on period. Like, and even if you don't live in a place where, you could get snowed in, you could get ran over by a car. You could get hit by a bus.
Speaking of that,
You know?
prayers, and be specific in your prayers.
Be very specific.
Like, you need to whittle it down to exactly what you are asking.
It's so
for.
true. You have to be specific with your prayers, because if you say, "Oh God, bless me with a new car,"
Oh, you get a new car, all right.
it gotta be like, okay, you
Well,
want
it's new to you.
it's new to you, but it's a bucket.
Right. Right.
That's how. Look, you better be very specific. You better tell him the year, the make, the model, everything, or he will just give you just what you asked for, and then look at you like, excuse me, this is what you asked for. You the one wasn't specific. You better be specific with your prayers. Y'all hear me?
And we're just now coming out of a situation that had the whole United States pulling together praying. People that didn't even pray, that swear up and down God isn't real, were on their hands and knees praying for that young man who plays for the Bills.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, Megan know how serious I was about that. Like
So
I was telling
then
her.
to hear everybody say prayer is real,
Yes.
prayer is real, prayer works.
I
People
posted
that
it.
you never see ever.
I posted it. So again, I've told y'all this many times. God gonna get his glory. He's going to get his glory one way or another. So for all of you who don't watch football, the Buffalo Bills were playing. Who are we playing?
The Bengals.
The Bengals. Cincinnati, yes. We're playing the Cincinnati Bengals, and the young man, Damar Hamlin, he dropped down, and he literally died on the field. And they had to resuscitate him and bring him back to life. Now, we were watching that. We were watching that in real life time, like, and that was the scariest thing to witness. It was just so devastating. I cried for hours. I'm in here baking cookies, crying. I was just like devastated. Just as a mother, as a human being, to see somebody drop down.
A perfectly healthy
24-year-old young man.
Performance. His body is in peak performance.
He got up and then just fell back down. That was devastating. I'm just like,
you literally watched a young man lose his life.
yes, you could see it just go limp.
His feet tapped together.
And then they
separated and went down, and at that moment he died.
Yes. And that was just terrible.
Yep.
And in the midst of that, God said, okay, let me get the attention. Like, yes, I had to use Damar, but at the end of the day, I had to get the attention of my people. My people, they think I'm a joke. They think it's, play around, play too much time. Okay, I need to get the attention of my people. So now I'm going to put my people in a situation where they have to cry out to me. Because not once did I see, don't pray for Damar.
Right.
Everybody, everywhere was saying, pray for Damar. And God hears, and I'm getting chills. I have chills all over my body. God hears the prayers of people. He hears our prayers. And he just was released from the hospital. But it showed love. It showed humanity. It showed everything that warmed my heart.
I just wish these sports figures that these young men look up to would talk about God more. So kids think that it's cool to pray.
And you know what's crazy? Again, we've seen and we've lived with NFL players.
Yep.
They are very, very religious, spiritual, God-connected people.
Every last one of them.
It's very rare where you be like, where you see an NFL player who's worshiping the devil or something.
Listen, and we're not talking like we've seen them.
We've lived with them.
Lived with them.
Right.
We know. We personally
spoken to them. Yeah.
Spoke, hung out, talked to these guys. There is not one time that you could ever ask them about their faith and them not 100% stick up for it. Mm-hmm. Not once.
So in this time, like, we found out that the Bills have like pastors on staff, like
a full, a bunch of them.
Yeah.
They're one of only 3 NFL teams left that keep the amount of pastors on a full-time staff job. Mm-hmm. That's their job.
And then you see all of these players talking about God and all of these things, and it just goes to show again. Y'all want to clown and grow weed at these churches? Okay, well, I'm going to go to the NFL.
Right.
And then who knows where God's going to go next?
Yep.
You know what I mean? To get his glory. Like, people playing way too much. So he got to go outside of the churches and the pastors and go and get his glory another way. Because he's going to get it regardless. So, yeah. That's another thing we forgot to talk. We haven't talked about. What is another topic we haven't talked about? Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the comments. Despite the enemy trying to cover him up. Oh, God has not left us. Despite the enemy trying to cover him up. Yeah, the enemy, he can't win. He cannot.
But
it's just, it's not going to happen. It may look like he is putting up a fight, but at the end of the day, you already lost, buddy.
It's a smoke screen.
Oh, Miss Vicky said when we were talking about Damar, Miss Vicky, I talked to Miss Vicky, and Miss Vicky was telling me what happened. She said that happened a couple of days after my grandson did the same thing. I saw God work a miracle within 3 days. Miss Vicky's grandson, he just stopped breathing. I didn't even tell you this. I don't tell my husband everything. Some things I just keep to myself,
Especially
and I
the
pray
things
about
that come
them.
from you guys, she keeps private.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't do that.
Yeah, I don't tell him everything, but he did. He just stopped breathing, and she like, you need to pray. Oh, thank you, Amelia. I love you. She was just like, you need to pray, and I'm like, say no more, because as a mother, as a human being, that's all I can do.
Right.
And you know what's crazy? More and more, like every single day, time is just, going on. And there's a young woman that I know, 33 years old. I just found out yesterday that she has breast cancer. 33 years old. And it really hurt me, to be honest. She had both of her breasts removed. And she has a daughter, and she is now having to deal with one of the toughest fights of her life.
Yep.
33 years old. I'm 32.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
that is so young to have to deal with something so crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Right.
And so all I could do was pray for her strength for her body, to strengthen her body to fight it.
Yep.
Because it's a fight.
Yeah. Well, you're in a war every day.
Every single day.
And if you see soldiers gearing up, they got the goggles and the helmet and the bulletproof vests and the camo and the guns. What makes you think if you're in a war, you need to have your protection and your helmet and your stuff on?
The helmet of salvation.
Yup.
Come on, husband. Okay, helmet of salvation. She said, I'm not going to do that. You know what video I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm not going to go there, but whatever. It just is what it is. She said, you see a bonnet, I see a helmet of salvation.
Yep.
Okay, sis. Helmet of salvation. But anyways, it's true. Like, we're in a battle every single day. Like, and sometimes we lose. Sometimes we get shot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we get, knocked down.
Your prayer is your gun.
But you have to fight. You have to pray. I don't care if you make a habit. Okay, let me put a schedule or a timer on my phone where I pray every day.
Yep.
Do that. Be proactive. Prevent defense.
Yep.
Prevent defense. You know what that means? Where you are so well prepared that you don't even have to be on defense. You can just play offense all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just prepare yourself and keep yourself ready. Hold on. Who is Andrew Tate?
I hope nobody said nothing about him.
Ash Tino. He just said Andrew Tate.
What
Who is
about,
he?
okay, I'll talk to you about Andrew Tate. You want me to go in on it?
I wish I knew him.
Okay, you do. We were just talking about him the other day. He's
Oh,
the
when
guy.
I asked you, I said,
Yes.
"Who is Andrew Tate?" I don't know him.
Okay. There are many, many things that he says that I don't like everything and everyone.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna always agree with it 100%.
I'm not going to agree with everything. Okay? I might not even agree with half the things. But a lot of things this man was saying were true. And a lot of things that he was doing were upsetting a lot of people that wouldn't let the things that he was saying go. Now, do I support anybody that's, involved in sex trafficking or anything like that? Absolutely not.
No.
If he was doing that, he's got to be the dumbest individual on the planet. But there were a lot of things that he said that I 100% agreed with.
So he's an intelligent guy.
Very.
So much so to the point. Do you think he did that? Do you think what is he
No,
being accused
you know
of?
what?
Sex trafficking?
Well, it's
I need to
being
be doing
said
my
that
research.
he lured women in with the promise of a relationship with him, and then once he got them in, he took them to a undisclosed location and had them doing online porn.
I mean, that's
Now,
not hard to believe. Is he a
but
good looking guy?
yeah, yep,
Okay, if he's a good looking guy, then
he's my skin tone.
he probably did convince them of relationships. Okay, that
But-
part is probably true.
But you know what? I don't ever want to accuse anybody of anything.
Yeah.
Until I don't even want to think if you're right or you're wrong, whatever the case is. Let the evidence come out, and then I'll judge for myself.
Right.
But I am never going to take a government's word over the government's word saying you did something.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people out there the government said did something,
And they in jail for no
absolutely
reason.
did not do it.
Yep.
So,
And they in jail for no reason. Who was that? Amelia,
you're
I'm
in
sorry.
Romania right now?
Amelia, I'm sorry about your brother. But we're gonna pray for him at the end of the life. His mouth got him in trouble. Yeah, I don't know him.
Yeah, you can't say things and then expect.
Wait, where's Amelia?
She said he apparently he got arrested where I am right now, and I said
He's in Romania. Oh, she said just kidding.
oh,
She-
so apparently
Yeah. Oh no, wait.
you can't say things about the government and think that they're not coming for you eventually.
She really is in Romania.
Whoa, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
What in the world are you doing there?
She's in the army.
Wow, that's right. That's crazy.
That's dope. That's fire. I want to be in Romania.
Right. I don't want to be in the army, but I want to be in Romania.
There you go, because I don't know how to do a push-up. I can try.
They have these shearling jackets that they make in Romania. They're crazy.
Should we
Crazy.
buy some and have Amelia ship them?
Right?
We'll pay her to do
We'll
it.
pay you, and then we'll cut you in on the piece of the profit. But
Oh, I was talking about to wear like.
No, I'm talking about. Listen,
I'm talking about to
I
wear.
gotta show you these things. They're
Ooh, I want to see.
stupid crazy.
Okay, I want to see. I want to see.
That's wild. You're in Romania, man. That's crazy.
Isn't that dope?
Good for you.
What's there? I want to. I need
Apparently,
details.
it's a very corrupt country.
Is it?
Yes, apparently
She said it's beautiful over here. Take me.
Apparently you can pay off people for everything.
Oh Lord.
Like I was listening to
I'm
the
not
news and they
surprised.
were talking about how corrupt it is there.
Sis, look what I got.
So, but you can't do things.
They
and
dug up
then-
his past stuff where he talked about his operation, bragging gas. Come back to
Yeah, and
he was
apparently-
bragging about it.
Well, apparently,
crazy?
It just came out that his father was in the CIA or something.
Oh my goodness
Like,
gracious!
Yeah, but the things that a lot of the things he was saying were exactly my thoughts and opinions
Yeah,
about men and not just sitting around and getting up and getting it for yourself and don't expect people to hand you things and a lot of the feelings that I have on women and men in general, like a lot of it was
really good stuff.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to do my research. What was I gonna say? I had something to say. I told you I'd be thinking. I really did. I had something. Oh, so soon. So my plan is to keep posting on YouTube because I have something coming up January 28th. I have something coming up January 28th. A friend of mine, she wrote a book. She is a single woman. She wrote a book, and I don't want to talk about it, but she's going to give a little bit of her testimony. And the name of the book is I Love God More Than Him. And this book, I'm going to buy a couple of copies. I'm going to give them away online. But we're going to do a video. You think I should do a video or go live?
Probably go live and let everybody ask her questions.
Yeah, we're going to go live. We're going to be answering questions. hearing her testimony, like why would she make the book about, I choose God over him. Like what made her get into that. I cannot wait. I'm excited. So we're going to do that. So she's going to be the first author of many that I have on this channel. Yeah, that I have on this channel. Because Miss Franny got a book coming out. And Amelia, when you get back to the States, girl, we need to set up a, what's it called? A Zoom or, what's the thing that I had when I could add her in here? Whatever it's called.
Google Meet.
Yeah, we'll get you on here and we'll interview you as well. And I think that it's very good to see different, successes on this channel. I think that's very dope. Okay, she's a young woman, single. I can't wait to read the book, and I want to give a couple of those away. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. I want to read the book. Yes, come on, authors. Yes, Franny, congratulations. Hi, Experience Life.
And there are many, many people on here that are successful in their own field.
Yes.
Like, listen, everybody equates success with money. Mm-hmm. And that's not true. Success.
No.
Success is raising a good family. Success is being a great mom, a great wife, a great husband, a great son, a great daughter. Like, you can't judge success from money alone.
Right.
Because money eventually, I don't care how much of it you have, eventually it's gone.
Absolutely.
And then what you're left with is who you are.
Absolutely.
What you did.
As a person. What have you done? How did you treat people? Yeah. Yeah, but I'm very excited about that. And I would love to, like, my thing is I don't know a lot of people where I am. And I think that's a lot of the problem why I don't have people come on the channel with me. 'Cause I don't know nobody out here.
Well, and that she doesn't tell anybody.
And I don't tell people. I just told my mother that I have a YouTube. I just told her.
Yeah.
And she been sending my videos to people. I'm like, Mom, she called me yesterday. She like, yeah, I sent it to such and such. And I'm like, Mom, why you do that? Well, I'm happy. I'm proud. You got 6,000. I'm like, Mom, okay. She like, you got 6,000 subscribers and I'm just happy. So I'm going to be sending it. And she sure did. I'm like, okay. Because my mother is a piece of work. She probably on here right now.
Gotta love her.
Right now. I know. And you know what? I do want to say this about my mother. God restored our relationship. Is it perfect? No. But it's restored. I will say that. It's come a long way.
Yes, it has.
I will say that. Maybe I'll get her on one of these days. Nah, I'm gonna tell y'all, my mother, her mouth, like she says what's on her mind. But it's not like too overdone. But I mean, it's tamed enough where I can have her on the channel. Or what you think? But I would just get her on here just to talk like mother-daughter stuff.
Yeah.
And have tough conversations that are authentic. We're not going to rehearse nothing. I'm going to give her a list of questions that I'm going to ask her. And she could write down some questions that she can ask me. And we'll have an authentic talk.
Yeah.
An authentic dialogue in front of you guys. And just, because you never know who it'll help.
Right.
You never know. Again, like our relationship has never been perfect, but that's my mother. I love her to death,
You know why they get?
Do
you know why they bump heads? Because first of all, they look alike. They look identical to each other. My son's wrestling coach thought my mother-in-law was my wife.
He sure did.
The other day.
He sure did.
And
he looked me dead in the face and said, "Your wife is in the bathroom." Now, mind you, I'm in the hallway. I'm seeing you see me, sir.
Yeah.
And he said, well, because my mother went to the bathroom. He's like, yeah, your wife is in the bathroom.
I was like, oh, that's my mother-in-law. No, sir. No, sir.
He's like, that's not the one that bakes. I'm like, no, that's me, because I had baked them some cookies. But yeah, we look a lot alike.
And they act a lot alike.
And we act a lot alike. So she gave birth to herself, and the parts of herself that
she don't like drives her nuts.
Yeah, I got them.
Yep.
So yeah, as an adult, I'm able to understand that. But yeah. So, and the parts of my daughter that I don't like.
Yep, they're right in her.
It's in her.
Yep.
And I deal with it differently. And even if I just, I'm yelling at her or whatever, I'll go right after and I'll give her a hug.
Because they are emotional as can be.
Yeah. So, mother-daughter relationships are important. So I think that I'm going to call my mother when we get off of this live and tune in with her. Yeah. And if you have a daughter, if you're a mother, you have a daughter, tune into that live. I think we're really going to, I think we should go forward with that. Yeah. And if you're a daughter and you have a mother that you can tune in. So I think we're going to schedule that too. That's pretty dope, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Meg, it was real bad, their relationship.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was horrible.
Yes,
it
was
to
terrible.
See it in the place that it is now, you would never think that it was like that before.
Yeah, no. I talked to my mother. I used to talk to my mother maybe once a month. If that. Right?
Yep.
It was a point where I would talk to my mother like once a month. And now, my mom called me. She'll call me almost every other day. And we talk.
Sometimes parents can think that you're still a child, even though you're grown as can be. And they want to treat you like they can just still talk to you as if you're the child that they once, demanded from. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for parents to break out of that and realize you're an adult,
right?
Who
you grown
has
now
to make their own choices to do what's best for them.
Meg says, if the Lord can give y'all restoration, I know he can do it for me and others who need it. Absolutely. Absolutely, because our relationship was in the trenches.
Yeah, it was.
If I could describe it, it was the trenches, like the lowest of the low. So, yeah. Yeah. God can do all things. You just got to trust him. You just got to trust him and pray about it. Hi, Johnny. Megan says, today is my mom's birthday. I reach out. It's been months since we communicated. See? Yeah. It'd be like that. But, I also know, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna set that up. I'm gonna call my mother. We'll get that going. That's another live. Okay. Okay.
Got a couple.
What's another good idea then? Since we on a roll. Let me see. That would be inspiring to have your mother here. I had a difficult relationship with my mom growing up, and now it has been way better. She's like my bestie. So it will be inspiring. Yes. And I prayed for her today in a way that just had me sobbing. Wow. See? It be like that. It be like that. It be like that. Yeah. And my mother go to church every Sunday. Well, I'm not gonna get into it. I'll let that happen on its own. And she like, I want to tell my pastor about your YouTube.
I'll be like, oh Lord, please don't do that, man. Enough is enough.
She said, I almost told him. I'm like, okay, Mom. As
we're talking about him.
I'm like, I don't think that I have the type of message that he would like, or maybe you never know. It might convict. You don't know. So I told her, I'm like, if you want to, then whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's a reason this topic is coming up. Amelia says, my mother is still overprotective and wants to know every move. Even being in the army, she is still like that. Love my mother, but sometimes I have to remind her I am grown. I'm going to have to agree with your mother because If my kid
If my kid was in the army,
was in the army,
I'd be all over her.
yeah,
Especially a girl. Oh, you
yeah,
wouldn't be. You're lucky I'm not your dad. 'Cause
Yeah.
you'd hate me.
yeah.
Every 10 minutes, I'd be like, "You all right?
I
Need me to
would-
come there?"
Yeah, I would definitely be hovering,
Yep.
but I'm sure your mother just loves you and wants to make sure that you're good, because I saw a documentary. It's a lot of things going on with these young women in these army bases.
Yeah, I saw it.
And they're harming them and they're not doing right by them, and it's people coming up missing and things like that. So yeah, I'm with your mother. Not yeah.
Like when you have a girl, it's so hard to let go. It's so hard to allow you to spread your wings because you're like you're like a beautiful piece of glass. And you want to protect that glass as much as you can. And this isn't just for mothers and daughters. This is for wives, mothers, daughters, sisters. You want to protect that glass and keep it safe and not allow it to break. Because you guys are so...
And don't allow other people to break it.
Yeah. You guys are so fragile in your emotions. And once something happens in your emotions, get involved in it, it can ruin you.
Yes, and it takes a long time
To fix.
to fix those broken emotions.
And a lot of times women don't want to look in the mirror at the problem. They want to mask it with things. And they don't want to get all the way to the
root.
issues.
And a lot of times when you're so conditioned and you're so like broken, you don't even realize that there is an issue. You just think, oh, this is just how life is. You know what I'm saying? You get to a point where you're callous to what's really going on with you.
Right.
You're callous to, oh God, you're not a good person.
Yeah.
You're callous to the fact that, you know, you can be, I don't even want to say that, but you can be
Say it.
a B word
Yeah.
sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can be a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, and you can be so callous and not understand who you really are.
Yeah. But you have to get to that root of the issue.
And we put up these walls to make sure that nobody ever hurts us in that same way again.
Yeah.
We put up walls and emotional walls, and it takes literally a man to break those walls down.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about boom, boom, boom. I'm talking about literally speaking. A man can speak into a woman and break those walls down.
Yeah.
When you speaking the right thing as a man, them walls will come tumbling down.
Yeah.
Because that's your job.
And men need to step back and look at the woman that he's dealing with and try to figure out what the issues are, because they can be figured out from afar and address them.
Right. And at the same time, when a man can speak into a woman and break down certain walls, a woman can speak into a man and build a wall up.
Absolutely.
And build a man up. So, yeah.
The best part of a man is a woman behind him. Like, it's you never see very successful men alone. They're always married, and the woman is always that place that lifts him up.
Okay, Megan. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, Miss Vicky. I wish my mother was still here. Love your moms while you can, so you don't regret it later. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to have no regrets. None.
And you know what's funny? Girls and their mothers, you guys need the relationship. Men, I'm so glad my father's gone. I am. You know why? Because I would have never have truly been a man. You're not truly a man until your father's gone. You're not. Because your father's always going to be your dad, and he's always going to be the man in your life. And within that always means that he's going to be the man of your house one way or another, even though he doesn't live under your roof. He is. It's just you can't get away from it. And until he's gone, you are never going to fully be the man of your own home.
That's deep. And it's real deep because a lot of times a man can be so much like his father. That that the father is running that home just based off of how
Exactly.
you are. Ooh, that's deep.
And the only reason why my father isn't running my house right now is because of my wife. My wife addressed many problems, and I still work on them today. But my wife addressed many problems that my father put into me, and attitudes that I had towards things, and outlooks I had towards things. And if it wasn't for my wife addressing those problems and fixing them, or telling me about them for me to fix them, my father would still be here.
Wow. That's deep. Megan has a question for you. She said, as a father, what's your main thing you want to teach your daughters?
Oh, every man's a scumbag. Your father's a scumbag. Your brother's a scumbag. We're all scumbags. What?
That's what you're going with?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate? Like, do you want to like elaborate why you want that to be the
First of
main
all,
thing, or
This is the one major. Okay, yeah, I'll elaborate on it.
okay? So what's your answer?
I'll elaborate, or I'll give a couple of answers here. Number
Okay.
one, no man is worth you unless he can do for you more than what daddy does for you.
What if dad don't do nothing for you?
If dad's not around or dad doesn't do anything for you, you need to make a standard of what you're willing to accept and never break from it. You can't look at a man and go, first of all, you it's very easy to try to play the savior for a woman. Well, he's got this good quality and this good quality, but he's this. And that one thing, I can fix it. No,
You can't fix it.
You cannot fix it. The only person that can fix it is him. And guess what? You're probably not the one that he's going to fix it for. You may be, but the odds of that, especially when it's a younger man, is very slim to none. And if it's an older man, he's so set in his ways that at this
It's
point
pretty
in
much
time,
over.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So don't ever deviate from the bar you set for yourself. And set that bar high. Don't go, well, if he has a job and, that's good enough for me. But he's walking and he's, no. Make your line and stay at that line. I'm not saying the guy has to be a millionaire.
No.
But make sure he has goals and he's focused on something and he wants a family.
And you guys can build together.
And look at where he's coming from. Are his parents together? Are his parents not together? Does he know his father? Does he have a relationship with his father? How is the relationship with his father? How does he treat his mother? Does he talk to her like dirt? Does he talk to her like she's an angel? Like the way that he treats his mother is the way he's going to treat you. Period. And that's never not going to be the case.
But what about the guys that they treat their mothers very well, but they dog women out? What's up with that? I got y'all. Come on.
Those men have some serious issues. They have women issues, and it's more than likely something that their mother did to them.
But they still treat her nice.
They're not going to take it out on her because they can't.
But they take it out on other women. Oh my goodness. That's a great explanation.
They can't take it out on her, so they're going to punish you for it. Every time they look at you, they see her, and they're going to do it to you. So you just need to stay away from those men, period. The minute things go to the left when you're first dating, these are all the signs and warnings. The lights are flashing for you to go.
Yeah.
Now, you can't be mad at him if you decide to stay.
Right.
If you choose to stay, then that's on you. That's not his fault. That's your fault.
Right.
Because he showed you already.
Who he was.
You just decided you could fix it. or it was just a one-off.
Okay.
Like, it's not a one-off.
So, as a father, the main thing you want to teach your daughters is that all men are scumbags.
Correct. All of them. We all, and it's in us. It's nothing you could take away. It's in our DNA. It's who we are.
What do you mean scumbag?
If you give, a man is as faithful as his options.
Okay.
In all cases. You give that man a group of friends to go hang out with, guess what he's going to be doing?
What?
Hanging out with his friends. Guess who he's not hanging out with?
You.
You. If there's other women around, guess what he's going to be doing? Those other women. Guess who he's not going to be doing? You.
Okay.
I give myself 0 options in everything. No social media.
Yep.
No going out. No nothing.
That's true.
Nothing.
He don't
Because
go out, no social media.
I know it. First of all, when you're married, I don't even think you should have social media to begin with.
It's true.
You shouldn't. Period. Oh, I only use it for... No, because the problems come up.
That's true.
That's it. And when I say all men are scumbags, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's in us. We're hunters. We're
You literally have eyes to find a wife.
like to breed.
To breed.
To spread your seed. That's
Yeah.
literally what our DNA
To
is put
procreate.
in there for. That and violence. Every man should be violent, but be smart enough to contain it.
Yes. Self-control.
You want to be protected.
100%.
You want to, if somebody we're out at a restaurant, somebody walks up and calls you something crazy, you want me to get up and punch this man in the face and know that I am perfectly capable of dragging him out of that restaurant. Right or wrong?
Correct.
So those things are just
No, we're
in
going to
us.
pray for him.
Yeah, after I am done finishing them off, you can pray over them all you want.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That's funny.
so you that's the main thing. Like, don't go into this thinking of what a great guy he is.
Yeah, no. He's not.
Like, he's not. He's just not.
Right.
Like, let's just be honest. Let's stop trying to, like, I know you girls watch these Disney stories growing up, and you guys are just expecting this big white nut
Like
or
romance.
on this white horse.
Yes.
This knight, and his armor's all shiny, and his shield is shiny, and he's just coming to get just for you, Rapunzel.
Yeah.
That's
No.
not how it goes.
It's not.
That's not how men are.
Right.
So just accept the fact that, you know what?
All men are scumbags.
My husband's a scumbag. But he's my scumbag. And he makes sure that he doesn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
He chooses not to be a scumbag.
Right.
It's in him, but he chooses not to be for me. Like, if women understood how men really are and what men go through
And what men think.
and
for
what
real.
men think, I think you guys would have a whole nother appreciation for us. Like, you know, when I was talking to wife about this earlier. When two men have a disagreement, the only thing that keeps that disagreement civil is because they know that there's a very, very easy chance this could turn to violence. And that is what keeps the argument civil. That's the only thing that keeps you from using your words. And then we have all these things to deal with in the outside world and the expectations that are put on us. And then we just want to come home and have our wives be the person that's our peace. That's our center of peace. We don't want to fight with you. We don't want you bickering constantly. How many women have you said, oh, I need a man that can handle me? We don't want to handle you. We don't want to do all that.
Right.
Would you want to do that?
Right.
If I came in and sat there and just went on and on and on about things and complained and went blah, 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 would you want to deal with me? Then why are you expecting me to deal with it from you?
Right. Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
No, you need to read it.
Oh.
From Experience Life.
Shay, I have a question. Was husband the description of your standards? Like, did you see him and knew exactly?
Wait,
that-
I can't hear you.
Oh,
I wanted you. Okay,
Oh.
I'll read it. You got it?
Shay, I have a question. Was husband the description of your standards? Like, did you see him and know exactly that he was what you were searching for, corresponding to your standards? I don't know if it's clear.
You were clear. And I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say yes, not because he's my husband, but because at the time, he was everything that I wanted, you know, and it was other guys in the picture. But again, I told y'all that I got married because my husband pursued me. And again, like, I was dealing with people and they weren't pursuing me. You know what I mean? It was just, oh, okay, you know, you just in my phone, you know, wasting time. Okay, you know, just passing time, whatever. But my husband pursued me. And I can honestly say, this is about to be the 10th year that we're about to be married. And I can honestly say that I made the best decision. To this day, I don't open doors. Okay? From the time we went on our first date, I've never opened a door for myself unless I just did it. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the car door. I'm talking about like in the stores. Like, I don't open doors. My daughters don't open doors.
If you're a woman and you're in my presence, you will not touch a door handle.
Exactly.
I don't even care if I know you.
Exactly. We have children. I have never had to carry a car seat.
So,
You know, just it's just those things. Like, we live in Western New York. We get a lot of snow. I've never had to shovel in my life. Like, before, I was living with my mom, my brothers, they shoveled. I've never shoveled in my life. I would know how if it was life or death, but I've never had to shovel. Okay? I don't do certain things. And at the time when I was dating him, I knew what type of man he was. You know? And as time progressed, it got better and better and better. So was he the standard for me at that time? Absolutely 100%.
this
He was
girl would run out of
100
gas because her gas gauge was broken on her car. She would run out of gas, and guess who she'd call to bring gas while we were dating?
Yes, I did.
Guess who would show up to fix her car while we were dating?
And every time he did that. Every single time. When my car needed to be fixed, he fixed it himself.
Yep.
He didn't pay, and he had money.
Yep.
He didn't pay to get it done. He did it himself. And he made sure that he did it at my house so I could sit on the porch and watch him do it. And
Yep.
like, okay, I see you, sir.
Yep.
And he did that, you know, yeah. Yeah, he would bring me gas. It was anything that I needed. Money.
Yep.
I never asked him for money.
Nope. I'd say go in my pocket, take
And
what
he
you
would
need.
tell me, yes, he did.
Yep.
He would say, go in my pocket, take what you need. And I would just be like, I cannot go in your pockets and take what I need.
And I would tell her it's totally okay.
Because I'm going to take all of it. But I never took none of it.
But I
I
tell
would
her
take
it's-
like $20
She
just
would
for some
say,
gas or
it's
something.
okay. I can't. I tell her it's okay. Just go in there and take whatever it is you need.
He sure did. So, yeah. Was he the standard? Absolutely 100%. Yeah. Go in my pocket and take what you need. I used to be like, huh? Me? You want me to take it? Yeah.
But there is a man out there for each and every one of you that is single that will do that.
Absolutely.
And if you take the time and don't rush it, he'll get there.
And this is what I try to get single women to understand. When I was single, my relationship with God was first and foremost priority.
It was. Listen, I would get her. I'd try to get her to come out with me on Sunday to go places and do things, and I wouldn't see her all Sunday.
And I'm like, no, I'm going to be at
She's going
church.
to church.
I'm going to be at church.
And
I'm
you
not
know what
doing
she'd
it.
say to me? If you want to come hang out with me, you can come to church.
And then he started coming to church, even though he didn't want
Even
to.
though I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was there because I wanted to be there for her.
So the standard, yes, absolutely. He met that. Yeah. So
You just have to, again, women, make your bar and stick there.
yep.
And eventually that person, but don't make it crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
no.
not telling you to go wild. Like, don't do that. Say, this is what I need. This is what I need. This is what I want. And go, like, my wife doesn't do anything that requires any sort of physical labor. And nobody, no female around me, none. Daughters, I don't care who it is, if you're around me, you're doing no physical activity. And it might be 2022 or 2023 outside of my home, but it's 1950 in my house. Like, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to expect you to go out and cut the grass.
Yeah, no, I don't do none of that.
I'm not going to expect you to do a darn thing out there.
I don't
Nothing
do
outside. I'll take care of all the gardening.
And neither will you.
It-
Y'all not gonna be cutting no grass.
Right. Like,
Not with no grown man in the house.
no. And the problem is now you got this next generation coming up that's too afraid to get dirty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not used to. I grew up. I was at my son's age, 6, 7, 8 years old, rolling around under cars with my grandfather, watching my dad do stuff.
It's just
watching
different
my uncles
now.
do stuff, like getting filthy.
Amelia says, the minute I discovered I was my fiance's peace and not his headache, I grew content. This is what I always pray for. Yes.
Because once the man figures out that that's what he gets from you,
Peace.
he'll do any and everything possible for you.
Yeah. But some guys like chaos and they like confusion because they were raised by their mothers.
Yes.
Some guys like the chaos and confusion
And they're
and
not
arguing.
grown enough.
So now they got two women arguing and fighting and fussing over them, and they
Yeah.
kind of enjoy that because that's what they're used to.
And it's because they're not mature enough as well. Because once you get to a point, you don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't care. You get to an age, 33 is about it, where men just say, "Okay, I'm done. I've dealt with all the ridiculousness. I've done all the garbage.
Right.
Now I just want to find a good woman that'll take care of me, and I'll take care of her."
Right. But it comes with maturity.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we done learned some good stuff. What time is it?
9:32.
Yeah, I guess we can hang this up. We got so much more to talk about. I really want to put some things together. I'm about to call my mother.
Yeah. The baby's sleep in my arms.
Yeah,
I've
the
been
baby's
holding her this
sleep.
whole time.
My little poo, she is so precious, but she is a pain in the butt.
She is. Of
She
all
is
the babies,
just-
she is the cryingest.
She is definitely like, oh, I'm the baby.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
am the boss, baby, because
Yep.
she bosses me
Mom, you
around.
gonna hold me right now.
Yep, or I'm a scream.
Yep. Or I'm just gonna sit here
Or
and
I'm a
scream.
scream because she loves to scream. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, pray, and get off. Lord Heavenly Father, I thank you. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. I thank you for your kindness, Father. I thank you for all that you're doing and all that you're going to do, Father God. I thank you that you always give us what we need to fill the gaps, to fill the holes, and to be the thing that we need to get through to another day. Father God, help us to focus not on the future. Help us to focus more on the present and what we're doing in the present. Because those times, they come with their own troubles. So help us to focus on the present, to stay faithful in the present, to seek you in the present, to love you in the present, and to know that you are exactly who you say you are. You're going to do exactly what your word says that you're going to do. Help us to trust you no matter what. Father God, I ask that you would touch, whose brother was that? Whose brother was that on the live? Amelia's brother? Whose brother was it? I ask that you would touch the person on the live whose brother got into a car accident, Father. I ask that you would bring him a speedy recovery. I thank you for covering his life. I thank you for his life. I ask that you would just continue to watch over us and protect us. And thank you for everyone coming together tonight. In your name, we honor you, we praise you, we worship you. We ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Again, don't forget to like this. Don't forget to like this live. I love you guys. I will talk to y'all. Good night.